Okay, so let's go ahead and continue our work on our password manager. So what we're gonna do is right after this, we're gonna create a new method by the name of onDigit button clicked. This will need a string as a parameter and name this as digit. Alright, then we're gonna say that if the entered password dot length is less than 4 and the guess count is less than the maximum guesses, then in that case only we will accept new inputs or new digits. Alright, and whatever digit we provide, we're gonna store that digit inside our entered password. So plus equals to digit. Alright, and also we want to play a sound whenever we press any digit, so for that we're gonna leave a comment. Now to this digit string we need to provide the values from our buttons which we created on our panel UI. Alright, and in order to do that, right here in the start method, what we're gonna do, we're gonna say button 0 dot on click dot add listener round brackets inside round brackets, and it will be equals to the method which we created, which is on digit button clicked, and to this digit string we will provide 0 since it is set to button 0. Alright, in the same way you can do it for the other buttons. You just need to copy this and paste it right down below and change this from button 0 to 1, and right here just type 1. Alright, like this, as you can see, from button 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so now if we press the 0 button, okay, then the entered password will be 0 will be added to it, and then when we press 7 button, then 7 will be added to this entered password, so now it will be 07. And when we entered 4, then 4 will be entered to this entered password, so it will be 074. And then when we press 1, then 1 will also be added to the entered password. Alright, and now what we want to do, we want to check that if the password is the correct password, which is 0741, then when we press the go button and if the password is correct, we want to unlock the door. But if the password is incorrect and we press the go button, then we want to reduce this maximum guesses. Actually this yes, we want to reduce the maximum guesses, and it will be then 2, and when we enter it wrong again, then it will be 1, and then it will be 0 if we enter it again wrongly. Alright, and then after that we will not be able to open the door. We will just disable all of the buttons. So all I meant to say that we need to add a checker, and in that we will check if we entered the wrong password or the correct password. In order to do that, right down below, create another method by the name of on go button clicked. In here we will first of all check that if the guess count is less than the maximum guesses. If this is the case, alright, and then if the entered password is the correct password, then in this case what we want to do, we want the door unlock bool to be true, and for now we don't have any UI to show, so we're just gonna say in the console that the door is unlocked. Alright, then when the door is unlocked, we want the lock panel to set active to false. Alright, and we want to change the light color now, so the point light dot color will be equals to color dot green. And after this we want to play a sound, the unlock sound, but we don't have that sound, so we're just gonna leave this as it is for now. Alright, now in the else block, if the password which is entered is not correct, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna plus the guess count. Alright, and in the console we're gonna show that incorrect password attempt, and we're gonna show the guess count and also the maximum guesses. So for example, if the player maximum guesses are 3 and we enter the password incorrectly, then the guess count will be then plus plus. So if it is 0, it will be then 1. So it will show incorrect password attempt 1 of maximum guesses, which is 3. So 1 of 3. Alright. And when we enter it incorrectly, we want to play a sound as well. Alright. And right after this else condition, the entered password will be equals to null when we enter it incorrectly. Okay, now we need to add another if condition in which we're gonna check that if the guess count is greater than or equals to the maximum guesses. So for example, if we enter the password and that password is wrong the third time, then guess count will be 3, and as you know the maximum guesses are 3. So in the condition it says that if it is greater or equals to maximum guesses, so this is 3 and this is 3, it means they both are equal. And when they are equal, then what we want to do, as I told you, we will be then not allowing the player to enter more passwords. The door will be locked permanently. So first of all, in the console we're gonna show this, and after that we're gonna disable all of our buttons. So now in order to disable all of the buttons, for that we need to create another method. So right after the on go button clicked, create a method right here, name this as set buttons interactable. Alright, this will need a pool by the name of interactable as well. Okay, and in here we're gonna set all of the buttons, the 0, 1, 2, 3 till 9, the go and no button. We're gonna set their interactable to the boolean this interactable. Alright, so now whatever we pass a value to this pool right here, if it is true, then all of the buttons will be interactable, and when we pass false to it, then all of the buttons will be disabled. So now right here, when the maximum limit reach, we want to disable all of the buttons. So for that we're gonna call this method, and it, as you know, it needs a parameter, so for that we're gonna pass false. So now all of the buttons will be disabled. Alright, so this was for checking the correct password and the number of guesses left. Now, for example, if we enter two digits, for example, at and 1, and then we say, no, I entered wrong digits and I want to go back. Alright, I don't want my guess to be wasted. Alright, so in order to do that, as you know that we have the no button. So whenever we press the no button, we want the entered password to get erased. Alright, to start over. Alright, without wasting our guesses. So for that we're gonna create one more method right after the on go button click, and we can name this as on no button clicked. So when we press the no button, we want the entered password to be equals to null. Okay, whatever we entered, we want that to be removed, and we want to play a sound as well. Alright, that is all we have to do for this. And for example, if by mistake we leave our log panel UI active, alright, so we want that UI to be deactive when the game starts. So for that, just simply right here type log panel dot set active and set it to false when the game starts. Alright, we only want to set it to true when we press E when we are closer to it. Okay, now as you know that all of our buttons are added and we added methods to them. on go button clicked, on no button clicked, and also on these buttons, all of the methods are set up. Alright, but for the on go and on no button we didn't add it. For example, if we press the 0 button, we pass 0 right here to our entered password, and the same for other keys. But if we press the go and no key, we don't have that listener for that. So we need to add a listener. For the listener right here, we will say on go button dot on click, just copy this whole thing and paste it. Alright, whoops, I think we need to copy it the whole line and paste it right here. Alright, and then we can remove this, and right here we will say dot add listener. Actually, since we are not passing any string value to it, we just want to call this method which is on go button clicked, so we can remove all of that, and right here just type on go button clicked. Alright, then the same for the no button, so no button dot on click dot add listener and call the on no button clicked. Okay, so everything works. Everything should work now. Let's play the game. Alright, let's get closer to this. Press E, here it is. If we entered 0759, press go. Okay, as you can see, nothing happens. Okay, we are unable to click these buttons. So in order to make this buttons workable, what we need to do is open this up and activate the panel. Alright, click on game view so that we can see the panel. Select all of these buttons, open up their image like this, and you don't have to disable this image component. Alright, you just have to make this a value something as low as 1 or 2. Alright, just make it 2 or just 3. I'm gonna make it 3. Alright, and after that you can disable this the panel again, and even if you don't disable it, it will get disabled when the game starts, since we type that in our start method on the password manager. Alright, so now if you press E, here it is, press go. Now as you can see, the button works, and as you can see, it shows incorrect password, attempt 1 of 3. Now if we entered wrong password again, press go. Now we have the last attempt, so 0741, go. As you can see, it shows door unlocked and the color is changed to green. Let's play the game again now and enter the password wrongly 3 times, and you will notice the buttons will get disabled. So 1, 2, 3. As you can see, maximum guess is reached, and after that now we are unable to press the buttons. And if you open up this, as you can see, all the buttons interactable is set to false. Alright, we can't interact with these buttons now. So everything works perfectly fine. Our main door is set up, the keypad for it. Now in the next video, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add sound effects to our doors, okay, to all of our doors. The door opening, the door lock sound, also the keypad sounds, we're gonna add all of that. So with this done, see you guys in the next one.